So I have a pair of 706 heads here, and I wanted to do a video pretty much showing what like a basic bowl blend would be after doing a valve job. In my opinion, this is basically what a true like a stage one type port job should be. I think like doing a gasket match, it can help, but it's not. Actually, a stage two would pretty much be a gasket match with a bowl blend. I think that will be pretty much the best match for that. But right now in this video, I'm just going to show a bowl blend of a 706 head. And I did put a larger intake valve in it. It has a 2-inch intake valve. And then I will went to the flow bench, and I'll show you the results of that as well at the end of this video. So in this video, you'll see the results of what a less than an hour or so will get you in doing this a bowl blend after getting a valve job. If you don't have everything to do a valve job yourself, you will have to go bring it to someone who can. And like I just stated, this is something that you could do at home with a bowl blend, and it's not too invasive. You have to be careful not to hit the seat, but it can be done at home. So right now I roughed it in with the coarse cutter made for aluminum, and then now I'm gonna switch to a cutter that's more designed for cast iron. This guy right here, and then I'll smooth out the casting cuts pretty much that the other one left. And then now I'll also start to blend in the seat with this into the housing. Be careful not to dig into the aluminum. Sometimes you're gonna be left with a little divot that's gonna have to stay there. If you start digging in, then you're gonna have a divot, a ditch right before the seat, and that's no good. As far I'm going to go with that one. You have a little marking where the seat is meeting up with the bowl a little bit, but that's how it's going to stay, at least on this side. I'm not going to go too much. I think that's a good spot to stop. On to next. Unfortunately, this one has a bigger step, and I'm not gonna keep digging at it. That's how that one's gonna stay as well. Some of these came out a little better than others. Again, the casting really dictates that, you know, how it's gonna end up looking. So now we flip it. And we start to do this side. Now I'm obviously gonna run down. Some of these you're not gonna see all too well. But again, I'm just blending, taking off any sharp edges. That's it. I'm not cutting down or whatever. On this side, all I need is the same cutter I was using before that's normally used for iron, because I'm not gonna take a lot of material off of this area. I'm just pretty much I'm literally just blending. The other side, I was able to use the other one because there's a little bit more aluminum casting there, and so just to speed up the process. But technically, all you would need is an iron burr for this type of stuff. That's it. Move on to next. Again, you'll feel the sharp ridge where the casting and the seat meet. So that's all I'm really working at. And then just blending it to the rest of where I already blended. Alright. That's all. From here, you could start on the exhaust. So the exhaust has kind of like a anti-reversion bump built in, and I'm just gonna take a little bit of the casting above it, but I'm not gonna take the whole reversion bump. I'll keep the reversion bump mostly intact. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of the casting out, and that may impede going out, and anything that may be coming back during, you know, reversion or during overlap, then I'll keep it how they designed it in the first place. So because there's a fair bit of casting there, I'll switch back to the more aggressive cutter. Oh, and I'm also keeping everything at a burr finish. This is where I'll stop. I'm not going to switch to a sandpaper roll. If someone choose to, they can. But on the intake side, you really want to go no more than 80 anyway. But you know, burr finish, I at this point I don't think would gain or lose anything realistically. So drop this here. So especially in this inside edge, there's a fair bit of casting, again, leaving the port. So I'm gonna mostly try to get material on the way out. Anything that's gonna impede leaving the port, not so much coming back into the port, if that makes sense. So, uh, we are pretty much all roughed in. Switching over to the other cutter. Towards the end, I'll show a close-up, and you could actually see that reversion step that I'm talking about. And like I said, at the speed that the exhaust is leaving the port, there's no way, in my mind, I think that will actually affect flow or irritate anything on a running engine. You know, I'd be more worried about the pulse coming back and contaminating the intake charge more, so, and that step helping to stop that, rather than to dig this all out. Yeah, you will get probably a flow more on the bench, but I really don't think on a running engine that's gonna make that big of a difference. Let me see if you guys could see that here. Yeah. So again, I'm just gonna blend it in. That's it. That's all we're doing here. See, like that one has a much stronger step than this guy, and I'm not worried about it. I really ain't. Even if I was doing a full crazy port job, I wouldn't go too crazy there. That's where we stop here. Flip the port. Well, not the port, flip the head. This will be a little bit harder for you guys to see, and I really don't want to move the phone too much. Let's see. The light is shiny. So again, I'm just gonna blend this section in to what I did up top, and that's it. Again, I won't have to switch to the other cutter. This side, the floor of the port, you're just really just blending. Like, not that this is all bowl blend, but this is only just, you're taking a lot less material. Again, this one the same. So you can see how sometimes they're a little different. This one is not as bad as this guy. This one, these two are pretty similar. All right, that's it. So by my camera time from the time I started, obviously I'm probably going to shorten this video or time lapse it. This took me about 40 minutes. So 2 heads, hour and 30 minutes. Not too bad. Hour and 20 minutes, give or take. So I'm gonna blow this off, and then we'll take a little quicker, deeper look, and so you guys can see what happened here. So this is the end result. Again, I'm not going crazy. I didn't spend hours on this. This is just, like I said, valve job, bowl blend. That's it. The head's gonna get resurfaced, and that's it. Again, the actual intake of the port, other than a quick brush up with a wire brush, that's pretty much it. That's how these heads are going to end up. We're going to cut them, and that's where it's going to stay. Is there anything else I want to show you? Yes. The reversion step that's right here. So let me see if the glare will focus. You see that? Now if you feel in the port, it dips and hits into the seat, and every port does this, some a little bit worse than others. And again, I ground, maybe the light's making it worse. I ground a little bit onto the seat, but I didn't go crazy. Did not go crazy here. Like I said, the airspeed leaving the port is coming in and going out this way, right? And the speed at which it's traveling, that step ain't gonna do nothing there. But what that step may do is also help during the state reversion when that exhaust pulse is coming back into the pipe and trying to get back into the valve. It will hit that, and that will help slow things down and not get as much reversion back into the cylinder, contaminating the next intake charge. So again, some of my theories there too, right? But I think some people will also agree with me. I don't think I'm totally out in left field there. So the Bro Joe Builds. Like, share, and subscribe. A bowl blend with me. The next video with these heads, I will see what we got for flow, and what these heads move, and we'll see what it compares with other heads. Again, it's pretty much a stock head, a little bigger valve job, quick blend. That's it. Like I said, less than 2 hours of work on a pair of heads, and we'll see what we get out of it. Minus the valve job, that took some time as well. But maybe this is something that can be done. Obviously, not everybody has everything to do a valve job at home, but it may be something that you could do on your heads and maybe see at least a bump in improvement, and compared to stock castings. So, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell. Bro Joe Builds. So I know that was kind of hard to see the flow bench figures. So next video, part 2, we'll get another close up on the head, a little bit better close up where there's not as much glare, and we'll discuss flow figures and compare it to another head that is stock. So like, share, and subscribe, ring the bell. Bro Joe Builds.